Hello. So in this tutorial now, I want to do a full body jump circle, and sorry, a full body jump. So we'll start by importing a video reference. Then on importing the video reference, we try to now build it from the blocking stage to spline. So without further ado, so we can just like the way we do it other ones. So we can go to add, then we'll go to an empty, then we'll add image empty. Then we can come here, then we'll go to video. Where did I reference? I think it's on the reference. So we'll use this. So now we can do our normal selection. We only want to see depth now. It should be at the back. And for the side now, that's the side. We should only see the front. So we can just rotate this on the X, then on the Z also. Okay, so do something like this. So it's actually facing where our character is facing. So we can press S to scale it up. So then we take it up. So press N, then make sure this is 90. For the rotation, this is 0. And this 270, that's minus 270. So then press N to hide this. So with this now, we'll start looking at our animation. We can actually just put like a cube here to show that we are actually jumping over something. You scale it down. Then okay, then we can add like a plane here as to show where we're actually on. So we can still move this up. So okay, maybe it's too high. So with these now, we can start looking for our golden poses. So whenever you want to use reference to animate, don't I would advise, although some people prefer going straight ahead, but like for me, I mostly actually love the pose to pose method of animating. So I'm going to give you that's a link now to check out the principle, that's the 12 principle of animation. I'll put the link in the description. The video is on YouTube. It's by, I think, Alan Becker. So like you try to go through the video, and it talks about all the major principles of animation. Then I think it talks about, and that's ways of animating also, which is the pose to pose and the straight ahead. And you can also choose to mix the two, that's the pose to pose and the straight ahead. And so that after going pose to pose, then maybe on some parts of the body you just go straight ahead on it. Then I think using this hybrid kind of workflow, I feel it's kind of a very good way to go. So but as maybe you start your animation journey and go on, you may actually maybe discover one is best for you. But for me, like I love to use the hybrid method, which is going pose to pose first, then maybe on some parts of the body we go straight ahead. So now with this now, we can start, I think we can start animating. So we can zoom this in and start animating. So we can, to make our viewport bigger, so we can just close these ones, and that's reduce the size. So with this now, we can first go for our first pose now, which is our first pose now is this first straight line here. So although you may not actually want to copy the exactly that's this straight line, you may want to maybe exaggerate. Animation, I feel it's more about exaggerating. So I think it's more about exaggerating, really. So because if you want to copy as the real life context, your animation may actually look somehow boring. So you want to really exaggerate some parts of the animation. So here you move this backward, and we can see the arm here. We can just fold this up a little. Let's fold it up, and for here also we fold it up. Then this we call this here. Then the same for the other part of the hand also. So here you bend this. You can actually press F to frame it if you feel you can't get closer. So here also we just bend it here. So with these now, we can maybe we can rotate. That's using this. We can bend this. Then maybe we'll bend this forward a little bit. And maybe we'll bend this forward a little bit. We can counter rotate this to give us that kind of C curve look. So with this now, okay, then we face as our character is facing this place. So face this place, then we just press A, then keyframe everything. So the next thing we're going to look for is now to look for the next keyframe, and that's the next golden pose now. So you move. Now you will really want to check, and that's the change of direction. So let's give ourselves more space here. So now it's at highest here. Where is it? Before it start going forward. So we can see it at highest here at 19. So you press A, then set keyframe on all, and you just rotate this back off. Sorry, rotate this forward. So now you're rotating forward like this, then this. So we'll do the same thing also for this other part of the hand. You rotate it forward. Although you may want to break symmetry as you go on, but for now, they'll just follow us in the reference. We may actually want to break the symmetry later, but for now, just follow us in the reference. So now you can press Alt R for it to look forward. So pressing my greater than and less than, if yours is up arrow and down arrow, you press less than greater than, you can see following the reference, it seems this shoulder is actually rotating to the front more. So we can do that also on this. So it's going forward now. That's it's backward here. We can actually push this back. Then when it's going forward, it goes forward also. Or we can do it in such a that it's opposite. So it will be going backward more. When it's forward here, it goes front. And when it's going backward, it's going back. So that kind of stuff. So we can see, although we can look at the main character here, it's not showing very well, but these are something you really want to accentuate. That's you want to really show it. You want to exaggerate it more. So then the next thing we're going to look for is the next pose, golden pose. So that's I see this is another one here. So we extend the hands forward as more, then straighten this. So we can just take this up and straighten this. Sorry. So here, so we'll do the same thing also for this. So we take it forward, and we'll straighten this. So now you can see here that's press A. So set our keyframe here. So we can see that's here now. That's this rotation backward and forward now. It's rotating forward. So, but we can maybe bring the bomb out. So here's essentially this. So we can see it's forming little by little. Well, I feel this these also move, going back. So I don't know why. Well, I would have preferred maybe global so it can move parallel. But since it's not there, we can just move it backward. So you can rotate this forward a little bit. Maybe make sure that your character is balanced. So 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 now let's look for the next one. Although we'll come and maybe strengthen the poses more. So we can see it's still rotating here, then just going down a little. So we really want to capture that also. So here now we are not actually going straight ahead here. We're just picking the golden pose here. So we can just look for the next one, or it's going down. Then from here we can see. So here it's going down. So let's look for where it's down most. I think it's at 50 before it starts to go forward. So you can see. So let's set the key and press. Then we can change this. So now we can just move this down to the lowest and this, and can just bring it backward in this backward. You can see like it feels like the hand is almost breaking, or it's to the side. So we can actually move the shoulder back and move it up. So the same thing for here also. So let's rotate this backward first. Then we'll rotate this backward. Rotate this. So then we'll move this up. So you can see. So here now we can adjust this pose. Maybe we can make it slip down more. So we'll see the difference when it's going down. So we can rotate the upper part of the body more. So we can even bend this like this. So we can still rotate this. So we want to show that's the line of action. We want it to curve out like that. So if we find out that we're doing it too much, we can just turn down as we go on. So I think maybe we can still bring this down a little. So now we look for the next one also. So the next one we're going to be looking for, just like the bouncing ball we did, is the stretch pose now. So stretched up here, so with the legs still on the floor. So now this will be our stretched pose. So you can just take this That's to the highest. So we'll do that also for the same in the second hand. So we take this forward. So we rotate this on more, something like this. Then we can take this and stretch. Then we can actually just make this one stand like that. And this other one also. We are still on the floor. So we really want to show that stretch. And you want to do it in such a way that it's always following an arc. So let us go back. So always follow an arc. So we can see how the back here is bent. So we can actually rotate this. Let's try using the main control. Oh, it's not working. So we can bend this here. Thus we can rotate this up. Then rotate this up, kind of something like this. If we find that it's too much, we can always take it off. So now, from here now we move to the next golden pose now. So I think this it's at its highest here. So there's another one here. So but before we build the second one, let us go and build the landing here. So we can get like a very rough in between to start up with the center. So now so we can just which one are we going to pick? So I think for this where the leg touches the ground. So we can just set a key and everything. Then we'll go to we can use I think we use this pose? Yes, I think we can use this. So we can just can we use the stretch here for this? Yeah, I think we can. We just copy, although we need to adjust many things. We can just copy this, then we shift this forward. Make sure that your active that's active element. Yes, we're using the active element. So we select this as the control, then select this. So we want to move it parallel to the leg, so it's not stretching. So that's what we do here. So for this one now, you can dash Alt R, Alt R. Then for this, as for this now, we take this backward. So now you can see the rotation of this is actually totally different now. So it's something like this. Move this backward and move this. We'll move this forward, kind of something like this. So we can move this like this. So we'll move this forward like this. So we can still take this hip. Sorry, that's you can take this back and let's press one to check if we are yeah I know your balance. So let's go back to beam balance. So so checking everything now. Oh, I think we forgot to set a key on the legs here. So we can just copy, let's copy this. That's on 61. So forgot to set a key on everything. So just copy this, then take it to 61. So let's press A and make sure we'll set a key on all. So set a key on all. Then now we can now find, and that's the topmost part, which is, I think it's 68. So 68, we select all, then set the key. Then we can actually press Alt Z to see that's through this box. So we just move this up. So we can change this back to just bounding box center. So with this one now we can that's select these ones. So we can rotate these ones back and move it forward. Then for this, we take it back like this. So we can see like this line is gradually decreasing. So we can bend it back a little bit here. So something like this. So but we can bend this forward a little bit more. So looking at this now, so I think this is cool. So for this one, we can, instead of letting the leg, so press Alt, that's Alt Z to remove the X-ray. So Alt Z again to go back to it. So we can just take this, maybe favor the previous pose. And for this one also, take this forward to favor the pose it's going to. So something like that. So Alt Z to go back. So switching now. So now this is the landing. Then we can now, that's the stretch before the landing. So then it lands. We can see the reverse on the hips and on the that's hips with the chest. So you can, so that's the landing here. So I feel, let's set a key on all. I think we can actually copy where it's squashing here. So I think we can copy this one also, and we'll just select all, set keyframe, then we just move this, that's Shift D. I think this way it's landing, right? So we can just move this forward. So we can see how the leg is going backward. So we can just select these two here, then we just copy that's this value here and just move it, yes. So what have we done? So wait, I don't know why it's saying that. So if you want it to be same. So let me press 3 and switch. So we'll select this two and press 3, then switch, move it forward. I try to copy the previous pose, but it's not working. So I think we've gotten the exact position. So we can see how the stove is actually coming into life. So this now, this is moving forward. So then this. So the same thing for the other side also. Change the direction of this. Then we'll move it forward. So we can change this like this. So here now, so the reason why I love using the front and the back arrow, I really want to avoid like seeing the in between because I know it will be slowing down here, so it won't look cool. So we should only maybe do that when we're trying to put our breakdowns. So there is another one, and I think the last pose now, which is the coming up. So which is this now. You can then just take this back up. But according to the video reference, I think it's actually longer than this. So we go back to this place, then go to our that's our video reference. Then we sync this. We just click on this, so it gives us the original number. Because sometimes you play your animation, it doesn't give you the full length of this, so you just come to this frames and click on this, and it will give you the real frame number of this video reference here. So then we can go back to animation, press A, then we can see that okay, it's going up, but the leg start to leave at this frame. So we can just select all, then copy this here. So but it's not off balance that much. Sorry. So and this one is everything here is already resetting. So Alt R. So I don't like how this one is looking here. So I'm pressing 3 to see the side view. So some of these poses we may actually adjust them when we put our breakdown, but just let us leave some of them for now. So now it starts lifting its head, then bam on this frame. So we do same. So we can just take this leg forward here. So we can see it's also going down here also. So and this moving back. While okay, Even looking at this now, you can see this other arm here is lower, then lower here. Then it's on this other frame here, the ending here. So that's when it's now moving up. Sorry. So it's moving up. Then this one also. That's the opposite action. So with this now, I think we've gone through just our major first blocking. So we can maybe just that's we can just select all, then we can play 80, then go to constant. Then we can actually play this. So since we're having 24 frames per second, I think we can actually see it here. So we can see how our animation is coming to life. So after this now, the next thing we're going to do is start our breakdowns. So with this now, I think we can come to the end of this. That's of the insertion of golden post. And next one we'll talk about breakdown. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.